Hello everyone, good evening, hi, welcome to Veronica's Real Life Vlogs. Thank you so much for joining me today. Another one from my room. Remember what I said about my room? There you go. There you go. You've been watching my videos. It's my safe place, my safe heaven. And that's where I pray. That's where I spend a lot of my time. Because I feel like my bedroom is my sanctuary. And I'm comfortable when I'm in here. Okay. Welcome. How was your day today? Whatever time you're watching this video, I hope that you are well. And if you're not well, I pray that you get well very soon. I'm just going to read Psalms 1 and not all of it though. Because I'm a Christian. So whatever I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to talk about fibromyalgia because I'm a fibromyalgia sufferer. And some people, I realized on Sunday, I was saying to somebody, and even a pastor told me that they don't know what it is. They've never heard about it. So there's quite a few people that hasn't been in the position to hear about fibromyalgia. So I'll be speaking briefly about it this evening, as I always plan to do and never do. But today is the day, and thank you for being here for me. Okay, so Psalms 1 verse 1 says, "Oh, the joy of those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or stand around with sinners, or join in with the mockers. But they delight in the law of the Lord, meditating on it day and night. They are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing fruit each season. Their leaves never wither, and they prosper in all they do." So that is the NLT version. And the King James Version said, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law meditate day and night." Take that, put it in your pipe, smoke it. For all those who smoke, I know that. Yeah, that's it. Don't spend your time with certain people. Do you understand? It's not uplifting you. It's not uplifting you. If you're in the company of people that's not lifting you up in any way, I think it's best if you just stay in your yard. Yeah? So, fibromyalgia that I'm about to talk about. Like I said, I'm going to be reading because I made a few notes myself right here. So a simple explanation is fibromyalgia it's a neurological condition. It is a condition that can make a person's body feel painful and tired, even when there is no obvious injury. And fibromyalgia over 500 symptoms in it. A lot of people will tell you watch what you eat and stuff like that. I've tried that, it doesn't work. I changed my eating, it just doesn't work, So, I just think of your body, right? Like a house with an alarm system. Normally, the alarm goes off when something hurts you, or, when something comes near, right? With fibromyalgia, the alarm system can become too sensitive. It may send ooch signals to the brain even when there isn't an injury that would normally cause that pain. So the pain sensors are very high, it's like a person would have a headache, but when a fibromyalgia person have a headache, it's like their entire head is tearing off. Their pain level can move to 10 in less than a second. Yeah. So, although fibromyalgia may have over 500 symptoms, Some of the main ones experience is body pain, where the muscles, different parts of the body may hurt or ache you, because as something goes near it, it just started to hurt very badly, like somebody's beating you, you know. And also feeling very tired, very lethargic, very, fatigue is very, you're walking and you want to fall asleep, you're just tired, extremely tired. Even after you've slept all night, you still may feel exhausted, like you've done a lot of work, you know. And it also contributes to low and poor sleeping, poor sleeping, and you might find out that it's difficult to get good, refreshing sleep. Also, headaches or migraines, and difficulty concentrating on remembering things. Sometimes it's actually called brain fog. But I have them. I'll be standing in the street, I don't know where I'm at. Last night at one point, I could swear that I was at the beach. So I was in a cabin next to a beach. Because it feels like it, and I feel like it, and I just don't know. I just didn't know. I just don't know. It took a while for me to. As a matter of fact, not until wee hours in the morning, I realized, oh, you're not near the sea. You're not on holiday. You're not anywhere. You're just in your bedroom beside the road. you know, and concentrating, like I read, okay. I studied law and stuff like that. I used to do a lot of reading. From a child, I read a lot. That was my hobby. When a lot of children get toys for their birthday and stuff like that, I get books. And I used to just love to read. It's my hobby. Yeah, all the way up into adulthood, reading my book and doing crossword puzzles. Now, as I get older and stuff like that, I did law because I wanted to change my career from business administrator, to that. And yeah, I used to have to read a lot. I went to do the law and criminology and stuff like that. But recently, I find out that I cannot concentrate. And if I get a letter or something to read, I'd have to read a paragraph over and over and over and over again to get the gist, to understand what he's saying. Sometimes I just don't bother to read. I just give my daughter to read for me or my husband, because I'm reading it and I don't know, it doesn't make sense. And a lot more. So, sometimes we forget things, and we just forget the things. Everybody forget things at some point. But with fibromyalgia sufferers, they tend to forget things a lot more. And it happened suddenly. Suddenly, you might find it harder to think clearly, and you're feeling stiff, especially after sitting or standing for any period at a time. A fibromyalgia person is also extremely sensitive to touch. You find out that most time I cannot even have a shower, because when the water sprays on my skin, every drop feel like I'm getting stick with some needles. It's really painful, very painful. There's some time when parts of my body feel like somebody's just pour some very, very hot boiling water on my body. I can't put clothes on. I can't lie down on the sheet. I can't do anything. The sheet cannot touch me. Sometimes my husband would go to get an ice pack to put on it, and I would cry. Or he goes and get the flannel cold, and then, because he put it in the container and then put it in the freezer, and then come and try to put it on the skin because of the way it feels. But because of the sensitivity, even that most times don't work, because it makes me feel a lot more pain, Sometimes the stomach or the bowel problems can occur too, and that's a lot. I'm having that a lot these days. My stomach hurts so much, and I don't have stomach. So just imagine, I don't have stomach. I only have part of a stomach. Yeah, little part, because most of my stomach is cut off and just a little bit is left at the top, and then it's connected to the intestine so that whatever go in that little part can go through in the intestine and come out. All right, so for me to be having stomach pain, it must be the fibromyalgia and the tummy very, very bad, you know. Fibromyalgia isn't something a person is making up. And that's what I want people to know, because there's a lot of people. I remember I used to feel so bad because I didn't even know I had fibromyalgia. I didn't know. I was having the symptoms, and every time I'll be sick, I go to work, I have to come home. Sometimes I pass out on the street to work, all sorts happening. I'll be there at work, and the manager have to take me to the hospital and all of that. I remember one time they had to have the occupational therapist that comes, occupational health people that comes in to the workplace, and they assess me and stuff like that, and they ordered stuff for my feet and all the special chair and all armrest and all sorts of things, and it would not help. Sometimes I'll just fall asleep. Some things was just happening, and then they would say that there's nothing wrong with me. I'm lazy, and I'm thinking, how can you say I'm lazy when I used to be such a hard worker? The same person who you say was a hard worker, right? Good worker, you're saying is lazy. But I never knew. It was not until I was referred to the weight management in the hospital that the doctor sent the referral letter to the department, because I have the diabetes, and they had to check the diabetes and all of that as well. And I got a glimpse of the letter, and I saw fibromyalgia on it. I said, what is this? What is this? How comes no doctor ever tell me I have this thing? I don't know what it is. So I had to go to research. And until now, nobody has told me or ever said to me that you've got fibromyalgia. I went down to the doctor's surgery. I booked an appointment to see the doctor, and I was crying. I was bawling my head out. I said, I feel stupid. I feel so, because people are saying this and saying that, and whatever it is. And he says, all the symptoms you're having are the symptoms from the fibromyalgia. I said, but how? I can see it on paper that I have fibromyalgia, but nobody has ever told me. I said, when was I diagnosed? And they said I was diagnosed in 2010. Okay, so it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Not good. So people often think that they are making, you usually can't tell someone has it's just by looking at them. They may look completely fine while their body is hurting or they are extremely tired. It also isn't contagious, so no, you cannot catch it. Okay. Some people say come about as a result of trauma, and God knows I've had a few. I've had a few. Husband dying, baby father dying, all sort of things happening, losing my house, all sorts. I've had traumas. That's just a little. And but I don't know if that was the reason for it, because I was trying to go on, so nobody else can catch it. So I'm just saying, just imagine your body's pain alarm is turned up much louder than it would be. Fibromyalgia can make ordinary feelings in the body seem much more painful and can make the person very tired. And most importantly, someone with fibromyalgia may need patience, kindness, and understanding, especially on days when their body isn't cooperating with them. Okay? We have something called a fibromyalgia flare-up, and sometimes it has a flare-up that it flares up and it stays there for 3-4 weeks sometimes, and it doesn't want to heal. Sorry, my tripod is shaking and shaking and shaking. Oh no, there you go. So what are fibromyalgia flare-ups? Imagine that your body has a pain alarm, and that's what it is. When fibromyalgia, that alarm can sometimes become extra sensitive. Most days the alarm might be a little noisy, but sometimes it suddenly gets much louder. This is called a flare-up. A flare-up is a time when the person's usual symptoms become stronger than normal. So, I've just told you a few of the things that the flare-up might feel like, about me having the pain all over when I try to have a shower, and sometimes I can't put clothes on. That's why I can't go outside, because sometimes I can't put clothes on and I can't go out there naked, you know. I've got the agoraphobia as well, which doesn't really, help the situation, you know. But during a flare-up, someone may have more pain in their muscles or body, feel extremely tired even after sleeping, feel very stiff or find moving around very hard, have more trouble thinking, remembering, or concentrating, gets headaches, feel frustrated, need to rest more than usual, feeling upset because their body isn't doing what they want it to do, getting angry for no reason. And people will say, what me do? All me do is just ask if you want a cup of tea. All I did was just ask if you want a cup of tea, I was thinking, they don't understand what I'm going. You don't want to flare up, but so I don't know. When it's too much, sometimes that's how you feel. And that's why I said my room is like my sanctuary, because if anything, I'll put myself in my room and I'll stay in there so that I won't see nobody if you quarrel. I won't tell anybody that what a cup are doing at the sink. What I do this so. And take every little thing make a big noise, So on a normal day, the pain might be at 2 out of 10. But during a flare-up, the body's alarm might turn the volume up to 8, all the way to 10, sometimes 10. Yeah? Nothing necessarily happened to hurt the person. Their nervous system is simply processing pain signals much more stronger. Okay? The nerve system. So as I said to you, there's a neurological illness. Okay? When a person is having a flare-up, most times they just need to have somebody who understands and is caring, So they need to slow down and rest, stay comfortable, and give their body time. Things that are easy on one day may feel much harder during a flare-up. Can't do it. Tidy up also most days can't happen. And yet me need also clean because I can't stand dirt. So when it happens, it's like, I want to go out, I want to do my stuff. But can't do it. If someone with fibromyalgia says they are hurting or very tired, believe them. Even if they look okay on the outside, believe them, because you don't know the level of pain that they're feeling. All those nerve endings turn up, volume turn up. As flare-up can make someone feel like their body has suddenly said, today we need to take things slowly. Yeah, so it's a lot more, but I'm just saying it to some people. I was just eating something that keeps bothering me in my teeth, but I need to go brush my teeth. But yeah, it's good to understand. Some people might look so pretty, all dressed up and all of these things, and they're in a lot of pain. Sitting down is painful, standing up is painful, lying down is painful, sometimes impossible. You have to sit up sometimes for the whole night, can't sleep, can't lie down, can't allow the sheet to touch you, have to be naked, all sorts. Put yourself underneath the shower, it hurts, just the water. Have some horrific headaches, sometimes my hand hurts in them places, hurts, so painful you can't touch them. Yeah, my back. This evening it was my neck. all the way up from here, from the back of my neck, the nape of my head, all the way over to my shoulders, and I couldn't lift my hand to do anything. I have to use the right hand was a problem, so I had to use the left hand to hold up the right hand. And even now, it's still a bit painful, but not as it was today. So that's why I thought, let me just talk to you guys about it. But in everything we give thanks, okay? And we just don't know why some people go through things. And as a person who's serving God, I know that our bodies, you know, is mortal. Mortal. So this body is subjected to decay and aged and so forth and so on. And there are things that know in menopause, and there's menopausal symptoms and all of that. So just imagine having menopausal symptoms plus the fibromyalgia symptoms. It's like not good. You understand? But I hope you understand and you get, you know now what it means when somebody's got fibromyalgia. It affects them in a way that if they suffer from anxiety, panic attack, depression. Okay, that's what contributes to that. And you'll find out that sometimes they're so depressed because of the pain. They're so anxious, you know, and they get frightened. It's for me, sometimes I can't breathe. I'm sweating heavily, and I feel so weak. I want to pass out. I just feel like I cannot breathe at all. Yeah, in so much pain. And sometimes when I try to go outside, God, only God knows. But anyway, I am alive, and there's a lot of people that are worse than me. Okay, so I'm not complaining. I'm just taking it one day at a time. When I can, I will, and when I can't, I just can't. And I don't care anymore about what people want to say, because I know me, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know who I am. Okay, so do take care now. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like the video, remember to share it to your people, remember to click on the word subscribe if you come to watch it, and there's this on the comment section. Put a comment in, click the X at the top, and then click on the thumbs up button. Okay, and thank you so much. This is Veronica Real Life saying, God loves you. That's why he gave his son, that whosoever believe in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. Okay? Take up the thing now. Take up the chance. Yeah? Yeah. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah? God bless you. God bless you.